Now let us see how we can understand from an expenditure point of view the concept of demand elasticity. So we have seen that when the price increases, there is a decrease in the demand of good. Okay, so the price is increasing, the quantity is decreasing. But what about the total expenditure? Note that the total expenditure is given as the price into quantity. Now when the price is increasing, quantity is decreasing, but can it happen that the total expenditure can increase? Can it happen? Or it can decrease? Okay, right? So note that the total expenditure on the good, it can increase or decrease. It entirely depend on the elasticity. Okay, right? So what we say is when the demand is inelastic, that means the price and expenditure moves in the same direction. That is, if you increase the price, you will find that the expenditure will increase. That even though the quantity falls, okay, the expenditure on the product, it would increase when the demand is inelastic. So when the elasticity is less than 1, you will find that increase in the price, it increases the expenditure of the people or it increases the revenue of the firm. However, when the demand is elastic, okay, so when the demand is elastic, increasing the price, it reduces the expenditure. That is, the price and the expenditure, they move in the opposite direction. Okay, when the demand is elastic, means elasticity is greater than 1. When the demand is unitary elastic, that is elasticity is equal to 1, there is no change in the total expenditure. So your total expenditure will remain constant even if you increase the price or decrease the price, right? So the expenditure approach, we are trying to understand what happens to the expenditure. So think about many manufacturers, even when they increase their price, they are happy. Okay, some manufacturers, if they increase their price, they become sad. Why? Because their revenue may decrease when they increase their price. So these people, they do not want to increase their prices. So which people, they do not want to increase their prices? Whose elasticity of demand is greater than 1. Okay, so this elasticity of demand greater than 1, they don't want to increase the prices. So we'll try to understand this also from the previous graph that we have seen. Let's say that the quantity demanded is equal to 30 minus 0.5p. Let's say this is the quantity demanded. We want to understand the elasticity, okay, at various points. So let us take an example wherein we say that let's say the quantity demanded is equal to 30 minus p, and what I have done is I have taken this in the Excel. So quantity demanded is 30 minus p. So what is the coefficient of p? The coefficient of p is minus 1. So let's take the various price point and compute the quantity. So if I have taken price is equal to 1, the quantity demanded will be 29, 30 minus 1. If the price is 2, quantity demanded will be 30 minus 2, 28, like that. So this is your price. This is your quantity that is being demanded. Now we know the formula of elasticity. Elasticity will be coefficient into your original price divided by your original quantity. So at this point of time, the elasticity will be given as minus 1 into 1 by 29, which comes as minus 0.034. So what you should do is you take only the modulus, only the absolute value of the elasticity. So the absolute value of the elasticity, if you do, what we can do is we can add a column and we can say absolute elasticity. Okay, right? So absolute elasticity is equal to, we have a function wherein we get the absolute value, right? So this is your absolute value. So it is only the absolute value which we are seeing. So what can be said about the absolute value? This absolute value is less than 1. It means that currently it is inelastic. And if you increase the price, what we are saying is that revenue is going to increase. So see this, currently elasticity is 0.034, the price was 1. If I increase the price to 2, the quantity demanded is going to reduce to 28. But what will happen to the revenue? Earlier the revenue was, price was 1, quantity was 29. So 1 into 29 is 29. But now the revenue has increased. Or I can say the expenditure of the people have increased. For the firm, it is beneficial to increase the price because they are making their revenue roughly becoming twice, right? So the firm may want to increase the price even though quantity has decreased, revenue has increased, and the firm is happy over here. They are not at all sad by increasing the price. Now this will go on. See this, at 6 price your revenue was 144, at 7 price your revenue is 161. So if you are increasing the price, your revenue is increasing, so you are not worried at all, right? Now however, there's a point with it wherein you will find that the elasticity will become equal to 1. See this, this is the point of elasticity equal to 1, 225, right? Note that at the point of elasticity equal to 1, this is called as your unitary elasticity, and for a very small change in the price you do not find revenue is changing, but here we are increasing the price by 1 rupee, okay, or $1. So when I increase the price by $1, so what you see that revenue has fallen from 225, it has gone to 224. See, all this stage the revenue was increasing as the price was being increased, but at this point, after this point, you will find that when you increase the price, your revenue is decreasing. Okay, this is happening because after this point your elasticity has become greater than 1, and we have seen that when the elasticity is greater than 1, it is called as elastic. So when it is elastic, the revenue would decrease when the price is increasing. Okay, right? That means when demand is elastic, the price and the expenditure, they move in the opposite direction. When the demand is inelastic, the price and expenditure, they move in the same direction. So here you find that the price is increasing, the revenue is decreasing, or expenditure is decreasing. So if you are the firm who is deciding on the price point, what we recommend is then you should increase the price only when the elasticity is less than 1. Do not attempt to increase the price when the elasticity is greater than 1. That is the idea. So this is what we have got, the total expenditure impact.